Hey everyone, it's Val the Voice Johnson. This is a special edition of Interludes Extra Presents Talk on Tuesdays. Did you guys have a great Labor Day holiday? I hope you did. I know myself and Coach Tony did. Wow. Now, you know, both myself and Coach Tony, we're both from Chicago, but we record from different spots. Coach Tony records from Nashville, Tennessee, and I record from our hometown, the South Side of Chicago. But today, I'm going to present to you guys what we did over the weekend. Remember, we had been promoting us being speakers or getting presented with an award with the Prayer Breakfast of Champions. And that was sponsored by the Leaders Live Generously founder and also host, Reverend and Pastor Dr. Anthony D. Shannon. In some circles, he's known as Speaker T, but here's the thing. He gathered over 20 speakers, dynamic speakers, to encourage and let people know that you can lead and give generously, but also to be that example as well. And of course, since Dr. Shannon has been a speaker for decades, of course, he is nurturing brand new speakers each and every month. And I think he started the Leaders Live Generously Summit virtually earlier this year in March. Congratulations to Dr. Shannon and his lovely wife, Lady Dennis. So good to see you and meet all of your children in person. Can you believe Wonderful Connections on a little audio app called Clubhouse brought all of these folks together? Well, first, I wanted to tell you guys and show you a clip from the event, mainly the acceptance from myself, Coach Tony, and then one of our dear friends, Linda Rigby, that is AKA Bella. Oh my goodness. So she accepted her award, Tony accepted his, and of course I accepted mine. Here's some scenes from that.
Keep it up, all right? Yes, sir. Real breakthroughs and inspire leaders, sports, mastery mindset, to building and resilience and winning. Would y'all please clap the hands for this community leader, Coach Tony in the house. Y'all can check him out live doing his podcast. How many podcasts do you do?
Right now we're doing once a week, but I'm on my fourth, getting ready to go to my fourth season. You rolling?
He's doing his fourth season. All right, welcome him. What you got to say? You got 3 minutes.
First of all, I want to say, you know, this brother right here, a lot of you guys flew in. I clocked these 8 hours on the highway. You know, I'm across the lake from the South Side Chicago guy. Consider myself a baby in the room. Listen to a lot of powerful people this weekend. And I'm the biggest woman advocate in this room. 15 years on the women's side of the house, basketball, 25. Two most important women in my life is both my grandbabies. 8-year-old girl, Skylar, who they call my shadow, 2-year-old Olivia, coming up. And funny story I tell Skylar, leave you guys with a quote, said, I'm the greatest before I knew I became the greatest. That became from one and only Muhammad Ali. So she went to school and the teacher asked them early on, I want you to write down what you want to be in life. She said, I'm a superstar because my granddaddy said I'm going to be that. So I've been able to do that, thrust myself into the podcast world. And now we're on our 4th season and met this brother right here in the morning time. And I just appreciate the opportunity to just be here with you guys this weekend. And thank you. I look forward to keeping in touch with everyone.
All right. Thank you, buddy. All right. Give it up again, Coach Tony. All right, thank you again. Welcome to this stage as we honor for the community work she does in podcasting, especially with Tony and the collaborative podcast. And the voice, Johnson, all the way from the shot. Take a picture. 3, 2, and 3, 2, and 3, 1, and 3. Yeah, I met these folks on Clubhouse, prophesying to many of them on Clubhouse. And when they started coming to pass, they started saying, hey, what is this? I said, I'm the prophet you can trust. So we prophesied because she's a single daughter to her mother. And she thought, man, what's going on? Well, it's because your voice got to go all over the world. Thank you for doing the community work. All right, what you got to say?
I am humbled by this honor and most grateful that I found my way to Clubhouse to find Dr. Shannon. Now, here's the thing. Many of you all know, love, and respect Dr. Shannon because of all of the ministry work that he's done. For me, he's just simply Speaker T. And here's the thing. I was the biggest, I don't believe in any of that prophecy stuff. That was me. This man has completely changed my entire mind about that. Let me say that. He is a prophet you can trust because believe you me, for myself being an only child of my parents, it makes 6 years that my mother has passed and gone on, and I had a wonderful life as a filmmaker in Brooklyn, New York, where Brooklyn at, but I am born and raised from Chicago, and one thing that I have to say is you have to believe in your dream, and you have to believe in it first. And so if I didn't know that before, it was definitely told to me by this gentleman that you see before you. So I have to let you guys know, please believe in your dream. And if you have a dream to podcast or to get your voice out there to promote what you do, purelightHousemedia.com. Let's do a free session and talk about it. But thank you so very much. And Dr. Shannon, thank you.
Thank you. One more picture.
Oh, picture, okay. Oh, down?
Hold it up a little bit more. There we go.
What a wonderful honor and privilege. And do you know what? I have the award right here. Isn't that beautiful? You know, a lot of people get, what is that? Stars on the Walk of Fame in Hollywood. But wasn't it wonderful to get this? It is a Star of Fame presented to me. Val the Voice Johnson got my name on the star. I don't know if this is a foreshadowing. I don't know. But it says the commission for the award of Legacy of Light. And I'm always asking and telling people to be a blessing because you never know how being a blessing can help someone else. I used to sign off a lot of my shows like that as well. But thank you so very much. Myself, Bella, and also Coach Tony, what a wonderful opportunity that we got a chance to do that. But now I wanted to share with you one of my creative mentors and the one who designed the cover for the book a DJ saved my life. His wonderful wife, Monique, is the one that helped me write the book. But of course, I wanted to share just a little clip of what Delano had to say during the prayer breakfast of champions. Here's a clip.
Most of us live for the opportunity to tell a good story. But the most important story is your story that God designs. Matter of fact, here's how important stories are. The word says that we overcome by the blood of the Lamb, first criteria, and by the word of our testimony. So if you don't test, there is no money. No money. Some of y'all like that out there. Some of y'all like it. I like stories. Matter of fact, my wife and I, who's a film director, we like a lot of our pastime. We watch movies and we dissect it, and we look at the antagonist, and we look at the hero, and we talk about it. One of my favorite stories, favorite movies is the Transformers, because of the fact that they came from a place and they were stuck on this planet, and they ended up having to work with humans to help them fight these Decepticons. I love the main character, whose name is Optimus Prime. Y'all know that? Y'all don't watch TV. But he was so authoritative. I love it when he says, Autobots transform and roll out. Sounds like a leader. But the most important story for me is this story that I want to tell you guys. It starts out with this little child who almost didn't have the opportunity to be born because his mother had a fall down the stairs. She was rushed to the hospital, and the doctors did what they could to save the baby. And thank God for the technology, he was able to be born. Came out, and the family was excited that this baby was here. But that fall did something to the baby on the inside of the womb. His legs was deformed, and the doctors didn't know if he would be able to walk. So he wore braces from the time he was a kid to help his legs to heal and to form so that he can be able to walk properly. That little child who was always someone who was curious from his siblings, there was 28 of them, and he was the second to the last. 28 kids. So you can imagine when it was time to eat and everybody else got hair fruit and it was him at the last getting the smallest amounts of food. Well, that child went on and showed everybody that there was something to him. There was a reason why he was here. He understood that he was creating a story. In school, he accelerated in track and field and in music and in art. He went on to get a scholarship to Georgia Tech, but turned it down to follow a passion that his father had in music. This little kid went on to improve himself. And sooner or later, he made it to the big leagues. Somebody say big leagues. He found himself on stages with BB and CC Winans, opening for Earth, Wind, and Fire, and traveling and doing exactly what he wanted to do. Tell stories through music. This little kid went on to meet a mentor who would then teach him about leadership. He decided that he needed to follow a childhood dream, which was to build a water theme park in his country. Project was $100 million in the first phase. It will go on to be $5 billion, and the government gave him the property to do it. Somebody say story. this is where it turns. You see, he didn't understand how to manage money. A lot of us ask for stuff and don't know how to manage the stuff that we're asking for. So he lost everything from being a successful entrepreneur, being a successful motivational speaker, being a successful singer and songwriter. He went from having 3 homes to sleeping in his car, praying to God under the lights at a hotel that allowed him to come and to wash up. Somebody say story. I don't know what your story is. I don't know what scene you're in your current story. But I can tell you this one thing, that if God is directing the movie and the story of your life, there's going to be an epic ending. There's going to be an epic conclusion if you just hold on. That little kid grew up to be a man, went on, and he decided that he needed to get the information that was missing. You see, it's okay to get the knowledge to attain wealth, but it's equally important to get the knowledge and the wisdom to understand how to maintain wealth. Yeah, that's a good place to start right there. Amen, amen. It's no stranger. There's no mystery that that little kid is standing right before you today.
Gosh, aren't you inspired? Now, I only did a couple of minutes of his 10-minute situation, his 10-minute speech, but here's the thing. I was inspired. At first, I didn't know who he was talking about, but then I realized, aha, he's talking about himself. And of course, that's the big reveal later on in the speech. But of course, Delano A. Johnson is now taking over for Dr. George T. Frazier. And of course, coming up in November is the Power Networking Experience. It's been called PNC for years, but this is a 24th year, and it's going to be an experience in Atlanta, Georgia. If you guys are able to come, please do. In the description is a link to sign up. And I have to say that the prices for the conference is very reasonable. You can get the VIP situation, but definitely you can also get, you can get there just to get it for the networking. But I tell you, thank you so very much to Delano and Monique. She wasn't feeling too good over the weekend, and we're praying that she's feeling a lot better. But of course, it was great to see him, my brother, in person in Michigan, just outside of Detroit. Well, guys, thank you so very much. This was a special edition of Interludes Extra Presents Talk on Tuesdays. We're excited for the season premiere of both shows. The Pull Up Podcast Show, which has its 4th season premiere on September 15th. And then right after that, Interludes Extra Presents Talk on Tuesdays, which will premiere its season on September 16th. I haven't really been counting the seasons for Talk on Tuesdays, but I think it's time to start doing so. So we will definitely let you guys in on that. But on behalf of myself and Coach Tony Thompson, we thank you so very much for joining us for this special edition of Interludes Extra Presents Talk on Tuesday. Tune in next week for another special edition. And of course, we'll be back live next week, the week of September 15th. I'm going to be signing off. Be a blessing to someone, because you never know how being a blessing can help someone else. Take care and be blessed.